alone, not anymore. This time, we fight together.
Together or not, I'll do what needs to be done.
Then try stopping us.
Breaking news. A brand new superhero has appeared in our city.
The story of Spider-Man, Brand New Day, moves forward from a moment of profound loss, change, and reinvention, placing Peter Parker at the beginning of a life that feels strangely empty yet full of possibility. This chapter is defined by the idea of starting over, not in a triumphant way, but in a quiet, bittersweet sense that reflects the true cost of being Spider-Man. The world still turns, the city still needs saving, but Peter now walks through it largely unseen, carrying memories that no one else remembers. The tone is more grounded and intimate, focusing on what it means to rebuild an identity after everything familiar has been stripped away. Peter's life has been reset in almost every way that matters. He is no longer supported by close relationships or a safety net of friends who know his secret. Instead, he exists on the margins of the city, scraping by, trying to balance everyday survival with the responsibility that never leaves him. His apartment is small, his resources limited, and his future uncertain. This stripped-down version of Peter Parker emphasizes his humanity more than ever before. He is not a global hero or a public figure, but a young man trying to do the right thing while struggling to pay rent, keep a job, and make sense of his loneliness. As Spider-Man, Peter continues to protect New York, but the way he does it feels different. There is less spectacle and more urgency in his actions. He patrols neighborhoods rather than fighting world-ending threats, stepping in where ordinary people need help the most. These moments reconnect him to the heart of what being Spider-Man has always been about: helping those who cannot help themselves. The city becomes a living, breathing presence again, full of crime, fear, and hope, and Spider-Man is woven into its everyday struggles rather than towering above them. Emotionally, Peter is haunted by the absence of people who once defined his life. He remembers friendships, love, and shared victories that no longer exist in the same way. This creates an ongoing internal conflict, the desire to reconnect versus the fear of putting others in danger or disrupting the fragile balance that now exists. His sense of responsibility has evolved into something heavier, shaped by the belief that his personal happiness may always come second to the safety of others. This quiet sacrifice defines much of his journey in this story. The world around Peter has also moved on. Familiar faces still exist, but their paths have diverged. People he once fought alongside are now focused on their own lives, careers, and responsibilities, unaware of the role Peter once played in their stories. This separation reinforces the theme of isolation, making Peter's heroism feel more personal and less celebrated. He is a hero without recognition, driven purely by conscience rather than praise or connection. New challenges arise that reflect the more grounded nature of this chapter. Instead of cosmic threats, Peter faces dangers rooted in the city itself: crime syndicates, emerging villains, and individuals shaped by desperation rather than grand ambition. These antagonists feel closer to home, their motivations grounded in survival, revenge, or the desire for control. This brings Spider-Man into conflicts that are morally complex, where the line between villain and victim is often blurred. The villains introduced or reimagined in this story mirror Peter's own struggles. Many are people who feel abandoned, overlooked, or broken by systems that failed them. Their anger is directed outward, while Peter's pain turns inward, creating a powerful contrast. Each confrontation becomes more than a physical battle. It is a clash of philosophies about how to respond to suffering. Where others choose destruction, Peter chooses restraint, even when it costs him personally. Peter's intelligence and ingenuity are once again central to his identity. Without advanced resources or institutional support, he relies on his own skills to create, adapt, and survive. His suits are functional rather than flashy, reflecting practicality over spectacle. This return to basics reinforces the idea that Spider-Man is defined not by technology, but by heart, creativity, and determination. Every gadget, every strategy feels earned through effort rather than handed to him. As the story progresses, subtle threads of hope begin to emerge. Peter encounters people who remind him why he fights, ordinary citizens whose lives are improved by small acts of heroism. These interactions ground him, giving meaning to his sacrifices. Even without personal recognition, he finds purpose in knowing that his actions matter, even if only in fleeting, anonymous ways. The narrative also explores the idea of legacy. Spider-Man has existed in this city for a long time, and his presence has shaped how people respond to danger and injustice. Criminals fear him, citizens believe in him, and the city itself seems to rely on his silent watch. Peter begins to understand that, even if his personal life has been erased, the symbol of Spider-Man endures, inspiring courage and resilience in others. Romantic tension and emotional restraint play a significant role in the story. Peter feels the pull toward connection, but his fear of repeating past pain holds him back. Moments of near reunion and missed opportunities highlight the emotional cost of his choices. These scenes are quiet and restrained, allowing the weight of what is unsaid to speak louder than dramatic declarations. Action sequences in Brand New Day are designed to feel immediate and personal. The camera stays close, emphasizing movement, impact, and improvisation. Spider-Man's fights are fast, chaotic, and risky, reminding audiences that he is always one mistake away from serious consequences. This sense of vulnerability heightens tension and reinforces the stakes of every encounter. As Peter navigates this new phase of his life, he begins to redefine what happiness means to him. Instead of chasing what he lost, he starts to accept who he is now. This acceptance is not portrayed as easy or complete, but as an ongoing process marked by setbacks and small victories. Growth comes not from forgetting the past, but from learning how to carry it without being crushed by it. The climax of the story brings together the themes of responsibility, sacrifice, and renewal. Peter faces a threat that tests his resolve and forces him to make a choice that reflects who he has become. The outcome is not about winning in a conventional sense, but about reaffirming his commitment to being Spider-Man, no matter the personal cost. By the end of Spider-Man, Brand New Day, Peter Parker stands at the beginning of a new chapter rather than the end of a journey. His life remains uncertain, his path lonely, but his purpose is clear. He is Spider-Man not because of recognition, relationships, or reward, but because it is who he chooses to be every single day. This story captures the essence of Spider-Man at his most human, flawed, struggling, hopeful, and determined. It strips the character back to his core and rebuilds him piece by piece, reminding audiences why his story continues to resonate across generations. Brand New Day is not about forgetting the past, but about finding the strength to move forward even when the future is unclear, and choosing to do good simply because it is the right thing to do. The right thing to do.